Okay, today's video is lesson 12. Our content goal, I can create equivalent ratios using a ratio table and represent these ratios on a double number line diagram. So we're going to be using two number lines today to kind of look at ratio data in a way that's similar to ratio tables. So first we'll have a ratio table, then we will be plugging some numbers into two number lines that look like this. Okay, and I can extend and use a double number line diagram to solve ratio problems related to the real world. Let's get started. Okay, so we're going to be skipping exercise 1 because it is an exercise that really needs to be done in the classroom. So we're going to be starting with exercise 2. The amount of sugary beverages Americans consume is a leading health concern. For a given brand of cola, a 12-ounce serving of cola contains about 40 grams of sugar. Complete the ratio table using the given ratio to find equivalent ratios. So what we do know about equivalent ratios is that we can multiply both sides by the same C factor to find an equivalent ratio. So let's go ahead and do that first. I'm going to start by going up, and we could just multiply by, for example, 2. So 12 times 2 would be 24, and 40 times 2 would be 80. Okay, and then, so on this side, when I'm increasing the number, I'm scaling it up, I can multiply. So if I'm going to scale it down, instead of multiplying, I want a smaller number, so I'm going to divide. So I'll just divide by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 40 divided by 2 is 20. Okay, so 3 equivalent ratios we found. 6 to 20, 12 to 40, and 24 to 80. And we know that they're equivalent because they share the same, as long as we have both sides sharing that same C value, then that means they're equivalent. Okay, so for exercise 3, a 1 liter bottle of cola contains approximately 34 fluid ounces. How many grams of sugar would be in a 1 liter bottle of the cola? Explain and show how to arrive at the solution. Okay, so looking back at our ratio table, I know that the ratio we determined starts at 6 to 20. So what I've done here is I've made a double number line. This number line is going to correspond with the ounces of cola, and this one is going to correspond with grams of sugar. Okay, so the ratio starts at 6 to 20. And the next numbers from our ratio table, 12 to 40. Okay, but next, so I can see that it's going up by 6, and this one's going up by increasing by 20. So 18, 60, 6 more would be 24, 80, 6 more would be 30, to 100, 6 more would be 36, to 120, okay, and then 6 more would be 42 to 140. Okay, so now let's dive in a little deeper here. Okay, so the problem wants us to find how many grams of sugar are in a bottle that is 34 fluid ounces. So 34 would be right here between 30 and 36. So I'm going to split this up. So 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay, so 34 would be right here. So I need to figure out how many grams of sugar that would be. So 34 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6th of the way from 30 to 36. So I need to figure out what 4/6 of the way between 100 and 120 would be. And the difference here between 120, the difference of that space is 20. So we need to figure out what is 4/6 of this space. What is 4/6 of 20? Now you could also reduce that down if you know that has a simplified fraction, but I'm gonna, just to not add any more steps, I'm just gonna do it how it is. So 4/6 of 20, we learned in 5th grade, we put that over 1, and I get 80 over 6, which reduces down to 40/3. Okay. Now, right now, that is an improper fraction. So I want to figure out what the whole number is. Well, I know 3 goes into 40. 3 times 12 is 36. 3 times 13 is 39/3. So 13, and there would be 1/3 left over. So 13 and 1/3 is how much 4/6 of 20 is. But now, since this is more than 100, we need to add that 13 and 1/3 to 100. And we get 100, I'm out of room here. Do it backwards. 113 and 1/3. Which would make sense that it goes right there because it is between 100 and 120. So our answer, 113 and 1/3 grams of sugar in 34 ounces of cola. Okay, so for this next part, we're going to be kind of, well, let me read the directions and I'll explain. A school cafeteria has a restriction on the amount of sugary drinks available to students. Drinks may not have more than 25 grams of sugar. Based on this restriction, what is the largest size cola in ounces the cafeteria can offer to students? So we want to look back at the information that we gathered. They can't have more than 25 grams. Okay, so remember this bottom line, it signifies grams of sugar in ounces. So 25 would be right here between 20 and 40. So I'm gonna draw this portion of my double number line, but I'm gonna really zoom in on this because I need to be looking at this section here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do 6. Okay, I'm gonna put 12 way over here, and then 20, and I'm gonna put 40 way over there because we're really zooming in on this portion, okay, because we wanna be looking for 25 grams.